Hey friend, this is Sips, and this is the OFFRAMP, a podcast for women who want to learn how to live an intentional, purpose-driven life while building wealth and getting out of debt. Hi OFFRAMPers, and just like that, we're back. Have you ever veered off your path so far that you find it hard to get back into it? Whether it's starting a project and it stares at you and you're 60% there and you're 60% there for months. Every day it's on your mind for you to complete it. In fact, you want to complete it, but there's something that stands between you and its completion. And you lose your peace. That has been me for the longest time. I can't even remember the last time I recorded a podcast. Yet every single day I have had topics that I've wanted to come and share with you. Since the last time I recorded, we have moved houses to a smaller space. I'll keep you up to date, or I'll bring you up to speed as to some of the interesting things that have happened. This project or building project is one of the things that I'd love to share with you. And I think it's something that we've wanted to do, but we're too scared to do because it takes us out of our comfort zone as a family. And it's in that discomfort that I've made every excuse in the world not to record. Yet I could have just gone into the car and recorded, right? I'm recording now. What's this time? It's 10 p.m. at night. Hubby and my son are out on their way back home. The rest of the kids are sleeping. It's quiet. So I've taken this opportunity to do this recording. My intention is to fully be back and to start tackling topics. Today I'm reintroducing myself to you. I'm a mom, I'm a wife. I've got 4 kids. A 20-year-old who's turning 21 this year, a 9-year-old, 8-year-old, and a 5-year-old. My profession is in supply chain. I did a career pivot within supply chain this year, which I'm looking forward to sharing with you. Because I know in our 30s, especially in our late 30s, we start to question some of the career choices that we've made. And I know a lot of people are asking themselves, is it too late for me to make a career change? And the career change you're looking for may not even be in your current toolbox of experience that you've accumulated. I mean, most of us at this point are heading for 20 years of experience, right? Those who started working early in their 20s. We have 18 years of experience, 20 years of experience in fields that we do not want to be in anymore. I know a lot of you are asking yourselves, do I go down this path because this is the only path that the job market will pay me for? Or do I take a career pivot, but that might come with a reduction in my income? Can we afford that? Can I afford that as a family? Can we afford that as a family? Can I afford that as an individual? What about all the gains and all the connections for me to start from scratch with something where I have no one or have minimal or no influence at all? So we will dive into that. And I think it's going to be quite important because we are kind of like a crossroads. Something happens in your 30s where you just can't hold on anymore to all the lies that you've told yourself, or the misalignments to your calling or to your soul's cry and where you need to be. We come to a crossroad. And once again, it's a reminder why this particular podcast is called The Off Ramp. It started with what I would consider my quarter life crisis. You can go back to earlier podcast episodes just to hear what are some of the things that I was talking about that I know a lot of women felt. So particularly this podcast is a reminder again of who we are. My passion is for women to find their true north from a Christian perspective and for them to connect with all the parts of themselves. I challenge you to take the off ramp, to take the road less traveled. There's always an off ramp in our spirit that is crying out for us to take. We watch others take the off ramp and we keep moving. And we look at others taking the off ramp, whether this off ramp is in your career, this off ramp could be in your personal relationships. right? This off ramp could be you writing a book when the norm is to, to just be invisible. The off ramp could be you going back to school. You watching right now in South Africa is graduation season. So every second post is someone wearing their graduation regalia. You go on LinkedIn, you see people are graduating. You go on your WhatsApp, people you don't even know were studying the whole year are graduating. You go into Facebook, there's graduations. You're on TikTok, there's graduations. Everywhere you turn, people are graduating right now. And if you've been thinking about going back to school, that's an off ramp. It's taking that path that diverts you away from your current path. Maybe you've been on this path for years and now you want to get off, but you just keep moving forward. This podcast challenges you to take that path that your soul is crying for. Maybe you've been in church and you haven't been serving, and it's time to take the off ramp and actually get more involved. You're tired of sitting in the back seat where nobody knows you. Once upon a time, it was a good thing that you were invisible. You could slide into the pews at the back, worship, praise, and then slide back out, and nobody even knew you were there. But now you're like, I don't like being unknown anymore. You're asking yourself, is this church too big for me? Am I looking at, do I need something smaller? Maybe I should move into a smaller church and get more involved. So, to reintroduce you, I don't know if you can hear the dogs barking in the background, but I will not use that as an excuse for me not to post this episode. You are going to hear about it because my soul's cry has been to post more episodes. I've got topics for days that I've written down that I need to come here and talk to you about, and stop wanting to research things to death before I even record. So some things are going to be some discussions are going to be imperfect, but I'm big on authenticity. I recorded a podcast about it, and I want to bring that to the forefront. What I love about podcasting is that your spirit is going to connect with me on a one-on-one basis, and I don't have to pretend to be someone that I'm not. If I'm not your cup of tea, if you're not the person that I've been called to serve and called to challenge to an off ramp, it's okay. There are many other podcasts that you can connect with, or you can connect with a couple, or till you find a podcast that speaks to the season that you're in. Sometimes it's not a matter of that. It's not a matter of us being disconnected, or you not being the person that I'm called to serve. Maybe I'm not called to serve you in this season. You may be in your early 20s, you've just started up your career. Everything is exciting. You just got um, your first paycheck or your first payday. You're looking forward to buying a car. Everything is fresh, everything's exciting, and you haven't come to the crossroads yet. And then in your 30s, you'll remember hearing a little bit about what I said, and at that point in time, it wasn't relevant. And I bet you God is going to remind you in your 30s when you need to make that decision. 10 years from now, this podcast will still be here waiting for you. So it's okay to click off and move on to the next podcast that speaks to the season that you're in right now. There's something for every one of us. And it's okay. I'm not looking for popularity. If I just connect with just one of you, where you're just going to step out of this podcast, or once you're done listening, you can reflect on your life. If every point that I hit speaks to your soul and your spirit, it's time for you to do something about it. If everything I say speaks to your soul, your spirit in the season that you're in, you feel challenged, then this is the podcast for you. Let's go on this journey together. I'm learning just like you're learning. We're going to go on this journey together. We'll speak about a lot of things. We'll talk about distractions. We'll have a podcast on challenging your current comfort zone if you're not growing in it. You know how they say that nothing ever grows in the comfort zone. Everything goes there to die, basically. Your dreams die there. Your ambitions die there. Right? So let's go on this journey together as I reconnect Today is not necessarily gonna be a full episode, um, but it's to say I'm back and we're starting a new season. We're going on to season 2 of the podcast, and things are gonna be a little bit different. I'm gonna be more transparent. You're gonna hear more of my heart, and let's see where the journey takes us. It's gonna be a beautiful journey, and all I can say is welcome to the off ramp.